I mean, in some ways, like in ways, it doesn't kind of, it sucks. Like it sucks that things change for all of us, and and we're all trying to adjust to this current new way of living. On the other hand, it kind of gives us in some ways like some clarity about life, like how short it is and how vital it is to remember to give yourself some space and some time to balance out yourself and your life and whatnot. At least that's how I look at it introspectively. That's kind of what I figured. Like, and it's unfortunate. Of course, the circumstances are very unfortunate, but I'm kind of, and I kind of feel guilty over it. But I'm kind of happy that I have I have more time to do things that make me happy, and I don't take that for granted. Like I'm able to play video games, I'm able to work on music, I'm able to work on my website. Things that make me happy, that literally bring me like some form of what's the word I'm looking for? Like what's the word I'm looking for? Clarity. Some form of clarity of what I want in my life. And I think because of these terrible situation, because of this terrible situation, it has allowed me that. So it's kind of a weird position I'm in, where I'm like, I feel guilty over it, but I'm happy that I've been given this blessing as well in disguise. I don't know if, I'm not saying it's good or bad, but I'm just saying how I feel about it. And I'm being very cautious and careful over the situation and whatnot. But I'm also taking advantage of the extra time I have to push myself to reach the things that I really want to do in my life. Like now, I don't have to be like, oh, I gotta go to school. Keep in mind, like I like going to school, I do, but it takes an hour to drive to school and an hour to get back from school. It takes an hour to get to work and an hour to come back from work. So in reality, like I lose like 12 hours of my day, Monday through Thursday, and then on the weekends I'm working. So it's kind of like, in some way, it's like I get some of that time back, and because of that, I have that extra time to work on projects. And I don't know, it's kind of a good feeling that I feel like I'm accomplishing some stuff. I'm not wasting my time watching TV or anything. Like I'm legitimately doing things that I hope will get me to that goal I want to reach, which is owning my own business and being I guess like being my own boss, And so this is why I'm doing all this. Yeah, and I hope that the majority of Americans and all people in general find some form of like, I guess, clarity in their life. Like what does matter, like if I go tomorrow, like what did I do in this lifetime and what did I accomplish, And for me, yeah, like I don't want to look back at my life. I don't want to look back at when I'm 60, 70 years old and I'm on my deathbed or something, and I'm like, God, like all I did was work every day, all I did was go to school. And no, it's not what I want personally for my life. So I kind of feel like I have an opportunity right now. This is an opportunity for me to get past that part of like working an everyday job and maybe finding a way where I can live a stable life, doing vlogs, doing like blogging, with my website, streaming, doing stuff that I actually genuinely enjoy doing. And I hope that I can find that and I can make that become my source of income. So yeah, now's an opportunity for that. And I hope everybody else finds their clarity or their, what they want to do with their life, or, what they want to get out of this experience. How about you? I appreciate that. You know, there's just words that I think about. I mean, because I'm an introspective person, I constantly think about how I would have gone about like my day. You know, I always tend to like misplace words, or I always talk out of my ass. But most of the time, like, I'm constantly thinking about how would I have replayed the day? How would I have like initially changed some things to better out the day, right? So instead of like, well, I can't go back and change what I did in the past, but I can change what happens from here on out. So I'm constantly trying to improve. And yeah, and I think ultimately, like, I do just want to live a life that's satisfying to me, whether it's, being dirt poor or being a rich millionaire. It doesn't matter to me. Money is money, right? You can always make money, but you got to find whatever you have to find whatever does make you happy. And I think, like, for you, from what I get, you're building a website, right? That brings you some form of satisfaction, some form of like, this is what I want to leave behind, or this is what I want to be, remembered by, or so forth. And this is what I want to accomplish for myself, not like, oh, I got to go and take care of these bills. I got to make sure these bills aren't paid off. Like, no, you don't want that. That's not a life worth living.